from your friend to the end.
What the actual This is how a toy bear leaked to me in kids' voice chats from Visual Venture. Wait, what? The content in this video is for informational purposes only. Hey, some believe reliable sources that may not be current or accurate. Viewers should do their own research and not solely rely on this information. We're not liable for any inaccuracies or omission. Wait, what the f is this?
It's such a nice, wholesome toy. We can't mess this one up.
People may be peering into your home without you even knowing it.
Who could have guessed giving a kid a stuffed animal with a microphone connected to the internet in it had the potential to go wrong?
I had no clue
What?
that this is dangerous.
So what happens when a children's toy becomes a target for hackers? In 2017...
Oh, this is insane. I never even heard about this. This looks good. All right, great suggestion. Let's do it.
Parents found out the hard way when this cute teddy bear allowed hackers to invade the lives of nearly 1 million families.
It was connected to the
into
internet?
the teddy bear, and the trouble they caused was a nightmare no one saw coming. This is the insane story of how a toy bear leaked 2 million kids' voice chats.
As if our internet security isn't already bad enough, the fact that we're leaking children's voices is actually insane.
Visual Venture, and we reached our goal of 700,000 subscribers before the end of this year. Thank you guys a ton, and we are just
That is insane.
getting started. The ultimate hacking machine. In 2009, something was invented that made hackers all over the world very excited. It was a software called Shodan, and it was going to make hacking a whole lot easier. Although Shodan was dangerous, it wasn't locked inside a secret facility or hidden on the dark web. Anyone could use it. All they needed was a credit card. So what exactly was Shodan, and how did it make cyber criminals hack a teddy bear? Shodan is a search engine for finding unprotected devices on the internet. It scans webcams, routers, and servers online and checks if the device has a password.
That's a thing? Who thought that was a good idea? Whoever released this website is Satan incarnate. That is insane. To make it that easy to access unprotected stuff. Oh, that is absolutely wild.
You click search, it'll bring up all
that is so scary.
Devices in Apex, North Carolina.
Yeah, seriously, Dota. That is scary.
Many devices connected to the internet have weak passwords or sometimes
wow,
no
that is so
passwords
scary.
at all. Shodan finds these vulnerable devices and lists them, making it easy to know which devices can easily be hacked. Because Shodan is so dangerous, many states made it a felony to use Shodan to collect information about a device that isn't yours, even if you don't hack the device.
I mean, it could get into anything, chat, that has like no security.
It was designed to be a research tool meant for cybersecurity professionals, researchers, and law enforcement agencies. But over time, cyber criminals started using it to find targets on the internet.
Well, of course
they
did. Yeah, of course they did.
Database on Shodan, they break in, delete the data, and demand a ransom to restore it. If the stolen data is important, hackers will pay the ransom to get it back. Hackers always ask for payment in Bitcoin because it can't be traced. It leaves no money trail. Shodan became so popular among cyber criminals.
I didn't realize that. That's actually smart.
That it was nicknamed the hackers search engine and the scariest search engine on the
they could be in your phones.
Shodan
anything that has like
feel
little to no
like
security.
The high seas, with pirates looking for ships to capture for ransom. Then in 2015, a simple mistake by the makers of this teddy bear gave cyber criminals their biggest opportunity. A toy for the whole family.
So let me understand this. Just before we get into it, a toy company released a teddy bear that recorded stuff that connected to the internet with little to no security. Am I getting that right? Because that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Are you serious?
This is a Cloud Pets doll, and it was described as the best toy in the history of toys.
You are
Then don't release it, Jan. Don't release it. If security costs money, don't release it.
In the history of all toys.
At first glance, Cloud Pets seemed like regular stuffed animals, but they had something inside that made them dangerous.
It's a spy
toy.
toy.
Released in 2015, Cloud Pets came in 4 variations: dog, cat, teddy bear, and rabbit. Each doll was 12 inches tall with soft, cuddly fur.
You know, actually, he feels really nice. I'll give him this.
So it's only the teddy bear that was compromised.
Come out with a nice feeling.
Oh, so maybe it was actually more of a mistake on the manufacturer's part, because maybe it was only the bear.
But here's the twist. Hidden inside each Cloud Pets toy was a small speaker, microphone, and an internet device that could send and receive messages. But why would a stuffed animal need all this tech?
So the main concept of this teddy bear is so people who are far away from their families can send their families messages, and then the message is said through the bear.
Nice idea. But why would you not establish any security behind that? That is just like the most basic thought process. The first thing you're gonna do in this situation is go, oh, that's really nice. It's really cute. So how do we keep it secure? Like, that's literally the following question behind that. What the fuck?
Was easy. Parents or family members downloaded the Cloud Pets app on their smartphones and pressed a button to record a voice message. The message was then sent to the specific Cloud Pets teddy bear connected to that account.
If there was an app for it, how did they not have security?
The child could press a button on the toy's paw to hear the message, and by holding the same button, they could record a reply. That means traveling parents or a deployed military member could send a heartfelt message to their child's teddy bear at home
horribly
to be
flawed
replayed
execution.
when their child interacts with the bear.
Okay, here we go. The message we've all been waiting for.
Son, it's your father. I don't like you anymore.
When you create an account with Cloud Pets,
That's
you give
messed
it your
up.
child's name, an email address, photo, and
Oh
more.
my god, please, 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 please. Don't tell me that the hackers were sending messages to the children. Please don't tell me that was the thing.
All voice messages sent through the Cloud Pets doll were saved
What's
in
up,
an
E-Man?
online database run by Spiral Toys Inc., the company that made Cloud Pets. Cloud Pets
Please
dolls
don't tell
were
me that's a
flying
thing.
off the shelves and ending up in thousands of homes.
Receive a story from your dad who's far away. Or
Oh,
a lullaby
no.
from mom every day.
Oh,
Cloud Pets
no.
were designed to help parents and kids stay in touch, which was a great idea. But then Spiral Toys, the company behind Cloud Pets, started making some really bad decisions that made them a target for the worst hackers on the internet. Spiral Toys didn't just sell Cloud Pets, they also kept the voice messages and customer details in a database. But keeping that data safe was going to be a problem because the company was falling apart.
Why would you not put some type of like time frame to automatically delete it? Why would you need to store that stuff? No wonder. Yeah, probably just sell it.
Spiral Toys was facing 2 lawsuits
Probably
for
just sell it.
infringement of intellectual property. Their chief financial officer was
Oh.
convicted of insider trading, and their top distributor canceled a huge order,
shit.
leaving thousands of toys rotting in a warehouse. The company also made bad decisions like spending $9.6 million on ads instead of securing their database against hackers. That money was also borrowed
Oh yeah, no, this company is toast, chat.
from investors. So every time Spiral Toys
No
sold
wonder this happened. They spent all their money in the wrong places,
a
chat.
Cloud Pet, a big chunk of their profit went to paying off the multi-million-dollar debt. The company was so desperate for cash that when Cloud Pet's sales slowed, they lowered the price to only $1, or in some cases free with the purchase of another item. Within a year, Spiral
They were putting these cybersecurity risks in people's houses for free to $1, chat. They were like, oh, do you want to compromise your safety and personal information for only $1? We can put that in your house today. What the actual fuck?
Toys lost more than 99% of their peak value until their stock price was around 0. By the end of 2016,
Yeah,
Spiral
this is
Toys
like
was a dying business.
Actual
cutting
horrible nanny cam, you know what I mean? It is time to stop.
corners to survive.
Wow.
And then, in an attempt to save money, they did something so dumb it opened the door for hackers to come in and ruin everything. The leak. As
Oh,
Spiral Toys
God.
struggled, they tried to find ways to save money. One of their largest expenses was the cost of storing and protecting their customers' data. Here's
They literally said, oh, sorry guys, it's too expensive to hold on to your information. So, yeah, we're just gonna not do that anymore. That makes no sense.
where they made their biggest mistake. To cut
Wow, that's
costs,
wild.
they stored customer data in an insecure database that didn't require authentication to access it. In other words, anyone on the internet could
What
find
the
an open database without even needing a password. This
No authentication. You just literally posted it for everybody to look into it. What?
was a ridiculous thing
Without
for
a
any company
password.
to do. Normally, databases with sensitive data are protected by firewalls and passwords. Some companies
Personal,
regularly
sensitive
test their own
information, chat.
databases to make sure they're secure. But Cloud Pets did the opposite. They left all their data exposed, like leaving the front door to a vault wide open. It gets worse when you realize how sensitive Cloud Pets data was. The database provided access to the email addresses, family members' names, passwords, voice recordings, and profile pictures of families using
names?
Cloud Pets toys. This included 2.2 million voice messages and
Oh
details
my
on
God.
more than 820,000 users. With this Cloud Pets data, hackers could steal identities, empty bank accounts, and even blackmail people.
Guys, so for instance, chat, if you stole all of these voices, right? I know this is back in 2015, but I mean, you could still use use that voice to, you know, create like a falsified version of somebody, right? Their voice. If you had the right phrases, you could use that to circumvent other security systems. I mean, that's very scary. Yeah, deep fakes. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you could do with that. Profile pictures, their email. I mean, there's so much you can do with just that information within itself. Oh, I think I dropped something down here. What is this? Oh my God, it's a subscribe button. Wow. Well, since we're here, guys, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me a ton. Okay, back to the video.
Maybe Spiral Toys didn't realize the danger, or maybe they just didn't care. Parents and kids continued to send messages back and forth through the Cloud
This is
Pets
corporate
doll, unaware that every
corruption
word
at
they
its
said was
finest.
exposed on the internet. Luckily, cybercriminals haven't found the database just yet. But remember, Shodan, the search engine scanning the web for unprotected systems,
nowadays
it
it'd
was
be
still
AI
scanning,
generated
which meant
voices.
hackers could find the Cloud Pets database at any moment. It was a disaster waiting to happen. But there was one man that could save the situation. His name was Troy Hunt. Troy had a very unique job. He was an independent security researcher and data
I really
breach
hope Troy
expert.
stops
A
this
big part of
because
his job
holy
was
shit.
investigating data breaches and leaks on the internet. Companies sometimes don't notice when their data has been hacked or leaked. When Hunt finds evidence that a company has been hacked, he contacts the breached company to notify them of the problem. Troy
That's good though. I bet you notify them and they're like, so what's the problem? It's like, oh, your data's out there. Oh, oopsie whoopsie. Our bad, guys. We sure didn't mean to do that.
Troy even created a website called
Great
Have
video
I Been
so far.
Pwned, which helps regular people check if their email has been involved in a data breach. In summary,
Oh,
Troy
that's
Hunt was the guy
interesting.
you call when hackers
We
are
do
trying
not
to
care.
steal your data. In February 2017, Troy received a message about one of the biggest data leaks he'd ever seen. Someone reached out to him claiming he had a copy of the entire Cloud Pets database. As proof, the informant sent Troy a snippet
The
containing
whole
around
database?
500,000 records of Cloud Pets
All the
customers.
2 million
Troy's first
audio
move was to check
recordings.
if what the guy sent was really the Cloud Pets database. Luckily, Troy knew someone who bought their daughter a Cloud Pet, so he decided to check that person's login details against the leaked data. In no time, Troy was able to locate this person's
Oh my
email address
God.
and Cloud Pet's password. Troy also discovered
my
more about
God.
the person, their kids' names, birthdays, and their relationship with users like your parents, grandparents, and friends were all accessible. The data
Just imagine the implication to this chat. Not only are you getting adults information, but you're getting child's information that you could use in the future as well. Oh my God. Pictures of children, their information, how old they are, their date of birth, voice recordings of them. That is so disgusting and scary. I hope they sued the out of this company, seriously.
It was real. In this case, the data wasn't on the dark web yet. It was sitting out in the open, accessible
Thank
to
God.
anyone with basic hacking skills. Cyber criminals could unleash hell if they got hold of this data. The only way to stop it was to warn Spiral Toys to secure their data, but before Troy could act, he heard something that made the situation much worse. Apparently, the guy who told Troy about the leak already sent multiple emails to Spiral Toys to warn them, and he couldn't believe what happened. In December 2016, the guy
There's
sent
no
his
way.
first email to Spiral Toys, but the message immediately
No. There's no way they did actually not care. I was kidding about that. You're telling me they actually did not care? No f***ing
bounced
shot.
back. Then he sent another email to a different Spiral Toys address and waited for a reply. Hours turned into days, but there was no
way.
response. 4 days later, he sent a third email to
No
Spiral
way.
Toys hosting provider. Once again, he received no reply. This was more than frustrating, it was dangerous.
Oh my
After
God,
hearing
they
the guy's
actually did not
story,
care.
Troy realized that sending an email to Spiral Toys wouldn't help. So Troy decided to pick up the phone and call the company.
They actually
That
did
was
not
even
care.
worse because their contact information was a mess. Spiral Toys phone numbers went to a man who claimed he didn't work for Spiral Toys, or it randomly went to a taxi service in New Jersey. He tried to
Wait. Is Spiral Toys like a scam? Like it's not actually a real place? They keep trying to contact them and they can't actually like get a hold of anybody? Oh my God.
reach them through LinkedIn, Zendesk, Twitter, and even via private email. Still no response. The Cloud Pets Twitter account was also dormant. It was like Spiral Toys
It's
had
like a
vanished,
ghost
leaving customer
kitchen.
data floating in the open. In cybersecurity, there is an unwritten rule to give companies time to fix problems before going public. It's called responsible disclosure, but it became clear that Spiral Toys wasn't
you gotta go
fixing
public.
the problem. None of the Cloud Pets customers knew about the exposed database. This meant that their passwords and emails were still active.
Wow,
With
that
over
is
800,000 users exposed, the fallout could be huge. Then came the last straw. Troy realized the Cloud Pets database was indexed by Shodan, meaning Shodan scanned and put it on its list. This increases the chances of cyber criminals finding
Yeah, of course it
since
was.
Spiral Toys wasn't taking any
Because
action.
people would just be like,
Troy
oh, here we
decided to
go.
public. Going public with a data breach can force a company to act, but it can also let
Gosh, that is
hackers
so
know
scary.
about the unprotected data. It was a risky move, but Hunt didn't have a choice. The moment he went public, it would be a race to see who acted first. The company trying to secure the data or criminals trying to steal it. Troy
That is so sad that we even are put in this situation. Essentially, you have to put it up there and just hope the right people get to it quickly enough. The company says they didn't know that was happening. Of course they did. Of course they'd be like, oh, we had no idea. Oh, wow.
crossed his fingers and blew the whistle. He published a blog post about the exposed database and notified tech websites like Motherboard and Vice.
Yeah,
Once
it's
Vice
only
shared
putting
the
2
story,
million voice
more media
messages
outlets picked it up, and
up
the
for
news
gamble.
spread like wildfire.
Let's go
Which is surprising. Who
gambling.
could have guessed giving a kid a stuffed animal with a microphone connected to the internet in it had the potential to go wrong?
FBI has a warning this morning about smart toys with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth technology, saying that they could be dangerous for your kids.
I will bet you money, chat. The government put regulations on children's toys now because of this. Like, they have to have a lot more stringency when they go through production for security reasons. I'll bet you money they did.
Cloud pets, because you are never safe.
Everyone, including
Holy
those
shit.
who didn't own a Cloud Pets doll, now
Accurate.
knew about its exposed database. The cops even got involved, warning parents to stop using Cloud Pets dolls.
Police recommend if you do have a toy like this, turn it off and leave it in a drawer or closet.
Troy hoped the media's pressure would make Spiral
That's
Toys
wild.
secure the database before
throw it in the
data was
fire.
stolen. Unfortunately, it was too late. Hackers already found the Cloud Pets data. The photos,
Oh
voice
no! Oh no! No! Fuck no! There's no way. Can't believe they got him.
recordings and emails of more than 800,000
Dang it.
users were now
Bad
in
ending.
the hands of cyber criminals.
Bad ending.
The thing everyone feared finally happened. The ransom. Cyber criminals found the Cloud Pets database and stole the data. But they didn't just steal it. They went a step further and wiped the entire database clean. In the place of the data was a ransom note demanding Bitcoin as
Oh, wow.
payment to return the data. The message read, "Your database is backed up on our servers. Send 1 Bitcoin to this account and send your IP address to this email." If Spiral Toys didn't pay up, the data would be gone for good. Or worse, it could be sold to other hackers on the dark web. Apparently, 3 different ransoms were left by different hackers who
Apparently,
each
they
stole
didn't
the
do
data.
anything.
When parents heard about the ransom demands, they were furious.
Oh, there's a class
They
action
called and sent
lawsuit.
emails to Spiral Toys demanding answers. Why didn't the company protect the data better? Why didn't they tell customers about it sooner? However, their questions weren't answered because the company's emails and phone lines still weren't active.
Oh my god, they literally like, nope, peace out. Bad stuff's happening to you. Too bad. Sorry. Please leave a message after the beep. Except the beep actually never happens.
Parents took to social media to express their frustration.
Wow, that's
One
wild.
tweeted, "I'm really sick of these connected toys. If your little one has Cloud Pets, there's
No,
a
they
pretty
just-
high likelihood
they don't
that
care.
your data is now
They just
in the
peaced
hands
out.
of nefarious individuals."
You know what I mean?
Parents were
They
worried
peaced
about
out.
the ransom, but they had a meltdown when cybersecurity experts on TV explained how much damage hackers could do with the stolen data. Since it included voice recordings from kids, hackers could use the recordings to impersonate children. They could scam
Yep.
parents by sending fake messages pretending to be their child in need of help.
Yep.
The hackers
Or
also
the other
stole
way.
email
They
addresses
can impersonate the adults in their
and
messages.
passwords.
So much
shows
you could
that
do, that's
78%
bad with
of
that.
people reuse the same password across multiple accounts, so hackers could
Wow.
use the stolen passwords to break into other accounts like banking, social media, and shopping websites. Another problem is
There it is.
identity theft. The FBI
Exactly what I
explained
just
that
said.
hackers could use Cloud Pets data to steal a child's identity, open credit accounts, and even find their home. In a worst case scenario, hackers...
I didn't think about that. They could open accounts in their name with their pictures and all that stuff. Imagine like you're a kid and like you turn 18, you go to open a credit card and then you realize that like already somebody has used all your like identity for years and is like charged a bunch of craziness somewhere. That would be the scariest thing for real.
Use the voice recordings of parents and grandparents to contact kids, tricking them into thinking that they're talking to a trusted family member.
Right,
These
and then
weren't
to lure them.
scenarios.
Oh my god, no, I didn't even think about like the PDFs. They could be using messages from the adults to trick children into like vulnerable situations. That is so scary. Oh my
That could actually
god.
happen if the stolen data wasn't recovered. The hackers were demanding a ransom to return the data. The big question was whether Spiral Toys would pay. After pressure from the media, Spiral Toys finally released a statement, but what they said just made people angrier. Parents wanted an apology and a
We
solution,
do not
but
care.
what they got was a series of excuses. In an official statement, Spiral Toys described the issue as minimal and said they took immediate action to protect customer data once they discovered the breach. Initially, the
Bro, are
CEO
you
of
for
Spiral
real?
Toys claimed that the company never received the warnings about the leak.
Oh no, they actually said it. No, they actually said it. Oh, we never got the warnings. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not even a big deal. What in the ninja Sanji is this, chat? It's negligible, chat. Oh, we didn't know about it. Sorry. Yeah, nobody ever told us. Oopsie doopsie.
He said the company
Ain't
even
no way,
checked its
ain't no
email
way.
inboxes, but didn't find
Ain't
any
no
messages
way,
from
chat.
security researchers warning about the breach. That was quickly debunked by Troy Hunt, who repeatedly tried to contact them before going public.
Yeah, of course
After
it
saying
was.
that the company never received warnings, the Spiral
Of course
Toys
it was
CEO
debunked.
changed the story, saying, "We did have a reporter try to contact us multiple times last week. You don't respond to some random person about a data breach." But Spiral Toys wasn't done annoying its victims. In a statement published on the Cloud Pets website,
What?
the company
They
explained
made it worse?
why it stored its customer data on an unsecure online database. The company said the unprotected database was being used for a short time during an upgrade to the Cloud Pets app. Also, that exposed database was managed by an outside company, so technically Cloud Pets didn't screw up. This excuse only made them look irresponsible. The public
Yeah, that is
backlash
safe.
was so strong that
It doesn't matter the circumstances of it. You allowed somebody to find us a public server and public information. It doesn't matter. You're still responsible at the end of the day for it, right? Like, yes, a lot of pressure could be put on this outside people that did it, but ultimately you're responsible for it, you know? Yeah, you hired the server company, exactly.
Amazon, Walmart, and Target pulled Cloud Pets dolls from their stores. They didn't want to be associated with a company that fumbled such a serious security breach. This was
Who
a
would?
huge blow to Spiral
Who
Toys,
would want to be
considering
part
the
of that?
company was already struggling to stay
What's
in
up, Toby? How are
business.
you?
After getting kicked out of big stores, Cloud Pets ended up in 99-cent stores. Someone saw it and tweeted all the compromised Cloud Pets at the 99-cent
Oh my gosh.
store. I like how they covered the name with a sticker, hoping nobody notices.
Get
But
your
Spiral
free
Toys was
security
in
problem
more
right
trouble.
here,
A
chat.
senator sent a letter to the company demanding answers about the breach.
Ooh,
There was
the
even
senator
a
got
possibility
involved.
of
Nice.
criminal charges depending on the
Good,
facts
good.
of the
I'm
case.
glad.
So how did this crazy story end? Paying a ransom doesn't guarantee that the data will be returned, so Cloud Pets never paid it. Besides, Spiral Toys was so broke, they couldn't even afford to pay it even if they wanted to.
Of course
This also
not.
meant that criminals still had the data and could use it in many terrible ways. Cloud Pets customers changed the passwords to their accounts to protect themselves. While changing passwords was
honestly, chat,
necessary,
I'm burning
might
mine.
not
I'm
have
throwing
been
it in the
enough to
fire.
undo the damage. In 2017 alone, more than 1 million children were victims of identity fraud, resulting
You know that played a part into that. You know that played a part into that. Oh my gosh.
in total losses of
Those poor
$2.6
children.
billion. Cloud Pets data was stolen in early 2017 and it contained kids' data. Could that be why children's identity theft increased that year? According
Probably.
to Troy Hunt and other
Probably played a part
cybersecurity
into it.
experts, the Cloud Pets database is making rounds in the internet underground. This means that families could
Wow,
still be
all
at
those
risk
people.
even years after their Cloud Pets data was stolen.
All those people.
Surprisingly, Cloud Pets dolls are still on the market. You can buy one on websites and some secondhand retailers have them on eBay. You might even find one at a local swap meet. Prices range from the original retail value of $49
If you find one of these things, chat, it's like a Horcrux. Like, you see them, like, cycled around, you better just burn it. And then circulating around, destroy them. Why is there not like a thing somewhere that it's like, if you see these, destroy them on site? What do you mean?
$9 to $24.99, or if you're really lucky, $1.
How are people
Spiral
allowed
Toys
to even
Inc.
sell
has
them?
completely collapsed. The company
Of course
suffered
they
data
have.
breaches, didn't tell anyone, were held ransom, ignored help offered by
Wow.
researchers, allowed children's voice data to be compromised, and were pretty bad at doing the right thing all along. Maybe it was for the best that they shut
Good
down.
gosh.
The good news is that the Cloud Pet scandal raised awareness about the risks of internet-connected toys.
This is the
First thing
bad
you want to
ending,
do
chat.
is really research the product. You don't want
This
to
is the
just buy
bad
any
ending right
product. You
here.
want to make sure that you know the company, you know where they're storing your information.
Troy Hunt gave the best advice on this issue. He said if it's connected to the internet, you can't treat it like it's a child's plaything.
Exactly.
There are very real risks
Anything
involved
connected to the
whenever
internet,
data is
that's a
uploaded
problem.
to a server, even if it
Like, you
comes
have
from
to
a
be
toy.
so
It's up
careful.
to us to be aware, informed, and careful in this increasingly connected world. Visual Venture.
What the f? That is the scariest thing in the world, chat. That was a good video, though. Imagine you just wanted to do something nice for your kid. You buy a toy, and in that moment, chat, by you giving them that toy and stuff, you just let all of your personal information out to people who want to exploit it.